All right, strap in everyone. Today we are taking a deep dive into AI. And let me tell you, between 2020 and 2024, things have gotten seriously
Seriously
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
We're breaking down some research from Kevin Brake. And let me tell you, it shows just how fast this whole field is changing.
It really is remarkable how quickly things are moving.
And to quote Kevin Brake himself, he said, "What a difference 4 years make in the field of AI." I mean, even the experts are blown away, right?
Yeah. What might have seemed like pure sci-fi just a few years ago is becoming, well, reality.
Exactly. And so we're looking at AI through the lens of Kevin Brake's research. But okay, I got to ask, can AI actually have an IQ? I remember back in 2015, there were all these headlines about AI beating humans on IQ tests. Was that all hype or was there something to that?
Well, it's complicated.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, judging a fish by how well it climbs a tree.
I like that.
AI might be amazing at certain tasks,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it has general intelligence like we do.
Right. So it's more about specific strengths rather than overall smarts. I guess that makes sense.
Exactly, exactly. Back in 2020, Kevin Brake's research was showing that AI was mainly focused on those, very specific tasks. Like, remember those early chat bots? Could answer simple questions, but get totally lost if you went off script.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. Sometimes they were helpful, but other times it was like talking to, a wall.
Exactly. But things have changed big time. Now, in 2024, we're seeing these large language models, LLMs, they call them.
LLMs.
These things can handle way more complex stuff. Remember that articulate lunch and learn?
Yeah, yeah.
They were showing off all those cool new AI features, right?
Right.
That's LLMs in action.
Ah, okay. So these LLMs, these are what's behind all these super realistic chatbots that are popping up everywhere. The ones that almost seem, I don't know, human.
You got it. And one of the things that makes them so powerful are these things called, get this, vector databases.
Vector databases, okay.
It's a whole different way to organize and understand information.
Okay, break this down for me. Vector databases.
Think of it like this. Imagine you're setting up a fruit stand. In a regular database, you might have apples over here, oranges over there.
Makes sense.
But in a vector database, you're arranging the fruit by how similar they are. So a red apple, right, might be closer to a red pepper than a green apple, even though they're both apples.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about relationships and connections.
That's pretty cool. Instead of just rigid categories, it's more about understanding the nuances and connections.
You got it. And that's what lets LLMs do some pretty amazing things. They're using these vector databases to analyze tons of data, finding those hidden links that would take us humans forever to figure out. It's like having a whole team of super researchers at your fingertips.
Okay, this is kind of blowing my mind. So if AI is getting this good at understanding information, does that mean it's getting closer to thinking on its own? I mean, one of the things that really jumped out at me in Kevin Brake's research was this idea of AI developing metacognition. Is that even possible?
That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe a little unsettling.
I was going to say the idea of AI thinking about thinking is kind of freaky, right?
Yeah, yeah. Back in 2020, Kevin Brake's research was suggesting that AI, it wasn't capable of this kind of self-awareness. It was very much stuck in its programming,
Right. But so what's changed? Has AI actually gone beyond its programming?
Well, there have been some pretty weird incidents like those. Remember those Facebook AI bots?
Yeah.
The ones that supposedly started creating their own language?
Whoa.
And then there was that Tesla autopilot crash where the car seemed to, make a decision that went against its safety protocols.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these events are still being debated, but they do suggest that AI might be stepping outside the lines in a way that kind of hints at a basic form of metacognition.
So AI is starting to show a mind of its own.
Yeah, it definitely brings up a ton of questions.
It does.
And it's something that, Kevin Brake highlights as a key area to watch as AI keeps evolving.
Okay, so we've gone from basic chatbots to AI that might be thinking about thinking. That is a lot to process. But how does all this impact, us? What did Kevin Brake's research say about AI in the real world, like in education and work?
That's a great question, and it's something Kevin Brake looked at really closely. Let's start with education.
Oh.
Back in 2020, he was predicting that AI would completely revolutionize learning through these personalized experiences.
Okay.
Think intelligent tutoring systems that adapt to how each student learns.
Right.
We're already seeing that with platforms like Carnegie Learning.
So instead of everyone being kind of forced into the same educational mold, AI could tailor learning to each person. That's a big deal.
It is, it is. But Kevin Brake's vision went even further. By 2024, he predicted AI putting together whole personalized learning paths, drawing from these massive libraries like Skillsoft and LinkedIn Learning.
Wow.
Imagine having an AI that helps you navigate this whole world of information and focuses on, what's most relevant to you.
That's like having like a personal AI tutor.
Exactly. And it's not just about, feeding you content. Kevin Brake also saw AI using things like those quick pulse surveys to constantly check how effective the learning is, making the whole process more responsive.
Okay, so AI is shaking things up in the classroom, but what about the workplace? Remember all those headlines a few years back
Yeah.
about robots taking over our jobs? Is that actually happening?
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. In 2020, Kevin Brake was seeing AI as a way to automate all those boring, repetitive tasks, freeing us up to focus on more creative, more strategic work, right?
So it's less about, robots taking over and more about AI helping us get rid of the soul-crushing monotony so we can focus on the stuff that matters.
Yeah, exactly. He saw AI as a tool to empower us, to augment our abilities and make work, I don't know, more engaging.
I like that.
And he wasn't just talking about white-collar jobs either. He saw AI transforming industries like manufacturing, healthcare, transportation, making them safer, more efficient.
Okay, that's a much more optimistic view than those, robots are coming for you headlines.
Yeah.
It's more about AI working with us, not replacing us.
And you know what's interesting? Kevin Brake predicted that by 2024, we'd see a shift from AI just doing tasks to actually helping us make decisions.
Wait, so instead of just taking orders, AI would be giving us, like, advice and insights. How would that even work?
He imagined AI tools that could analyze massive amounts of data and then, bam, give us real-time insights
Okay.
to help us make, better decisions. Think of a doctor using an AI tool to help analyze a patient's symptoms and come up with the best treatment plan, or a financial advisor using AI to analyze market trends.
So it's like having an AI assistant kind of
Yeah.
whispering in your ear.
Exactly.
Hey, you might want to consider this.
Yeah, and this idea of AI as a partner, not a replacement, It's something Kevin Brake kept coming back to.
Yeah.
He believed that the best AI applications would be those that focused on helping us be more human, not trying to copy us or replace us.
I like that.
Right.
It's not AI versus humans, it's AI and humans together.
Exactly. And this collaborative approach is super important in education too, which Kevin Brake talked a lot about.
So how did he see AI changing how we learn and teach?
Well, like we said before, he saw huge potential for personalized learning.
Right.
He imagined AI platforms that could, adapt to each student's style, their pace, their interests, creating a truly customized education.
That sounds incredible, but how would that actually work?
Think about those big online learning platforms like Skillsoft and LinkedIn Learning. They've got tons of courses, right?
Thousands.
But how do you even know where to start?
Right,
How do
exactly.
you find the courses that are right for you? That's where AI comes in.
So it's like having an AI guidance counselor
Exactly.
who can help you navigate all that and build your own learning plan.
Exactly. And it's not just suggesting courses. Kevin Brake imagined AI systems that track your progress, see where you might be struggling, even adjust how hard the material is to keep you challenged.
It's like having a tutor who knows you inside and out.
Right. Kevin Brake also saw AI playing a role in how we assess learning.
Interesting.
Imagine AI systems that look at your work and give you personalized feedback.
So not like those standardized tests we're all used to.
No. It sounds like Kevin Brake was really focused on using AI to make both learning and teaching better.
He was. And what's striking is how consistent he was in this idea of AI being, human-centered.
Yeah.
Whether it's at work or in the classroom, it's all about using AI to empower people, not replace them.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we're not just along for the ride with AI. We have a say in where it goes.
We do.
And to make sure it's used for good, to create a future where AI and humans, we work together.
I love that. AI and humans, not versus.
So not versus, yeah.
Exactly.
It's recognizing that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used, for good or bad. It's up to us to use it wisely.
And that's a great point, and it's something we're going to keep exploring as we dive deeper into Kevin Brake's research in the next part of this episode. So stay tuned for part 2, where we'll unpack even more of his insights and really get into some of those bigger questions about the future of AI and what it means for, well, all of us.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of AI. It feels like we've already covered a ton, from AI's supposed IQ to those mind-blowing LLMs. But as I'm thinking about it, these advances, they didn't just appear out of nowhere. What was this scene like back in 2020 when Kevin Brake first put out his research?
That's a great point. It's important to remember that even back then, Kevin Brake was laying out a vision that went way beyond like just playing games or automating simple stuff. He saw the potential for something much bigger, you know?
Okay, so what was he focused on? What were the big ideas behind his 2020 AI plan?
One of his key things was the need for more sophisticated algorithms, better data processing techniques. He was saying, we got to move beyond the old ways and start thinking about AI in a more dynamic, adaptable way.
So kind of like setting the stage for what we're seeing now with LMMs and vector databases?
Exactly. He was anticipating the need for AI that could, handle massive amounts of data, recognize complex patterns, and learn and adapt as it goes. And it's interesting. Even back then, he was emphasizing human-centered AI development.
Human-centered AI development. What does that even mean?
It means that AI should be designed and implemented with human well-being in mind, our values. It's recognizing that AI is a powerful tool, but a tool that should ultimately serve us, not replace us.
Okay, so it's not about creating some AI overlords. It's about figuring out how AI can best work with us.
Exactly. He saw AI as a way to enhance our lives, to solve problems, to open up new possibilities. But he also stressed the ethics, making sure that AI is used responsibly and for the benefit of everyone.
Right, not just a select few.
Right. Right. So it's not about being afraid of AI or trying to stop progress. It's about steering it in a direction that benefits humanity.
Like that Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. We can't just rush ahead without thinking about the consequences. We need to talk about the ethics, about bias, about the impact on society.
Thinking back to what we talked about in part one about AI maybe thinking for itself, this human-centered approach seems even more important now.
It does. Is
If
that
AI is going to start making decisions that affect us, we got to make sure those decisions line up with our values.
exactly? And that's why what Kevin Brake was saying is so important. That's not about fearing AI. It's about making sure it's used for good. Helps us create a better future.
Okay, so we talked about the ethical stuff, but what about the practical side? How did Kevin Brake see AI impacting our everyday lives, like in work and education?
Let's start with work. One thing he highlighted in his 2020 research was the potential for AI to automate those tedious, repetitive tasks that, just take up so much time and energy. Data entry, scheduling, basic customer service stuff.
Right, so instead of robots taking over entire industries, it's more about AI freeing us from the boring stuff so we can focus on more interesting work.
Yeah, exactly. He saw it as a way to empower us to make work more engaging, more meaningful. And it wasn't just about white-collar jobs. He saw AI transforming industries like manufacturing, healthcare, transportation, making them safer, more efficient.
So it's less robots are coming for your job and more AI is here to help you do your job better.
Yeah, and what's really interesting? He predicted that by 2024, we'd see a shift from AI just automating tasks to AI actually helping us make decisions.
Wait, so instead of just taking orders, AI would actually be giving us advice, like insights.
Yeah.
How would that even work?
He was imagining AI tools that could analyze mountains of data and then, bam, provide us with like real-time insights to help us make better choices. Like imagine a doctor using AI to analyze a patient's symptoms and recommend the best treatment, or a financial advisor using AI to look at market trends.
So like having an AI assistant whispering in your ear, hey, you might want to consider this.
Exactly. And this whole thing about AI as a partner, not a replacement, it's a big theme in Kevin Brake's work. He really believed the best AI applications would be the ones that focus on, amplifying human intelligence, not trying to copy it or replace it.
I love that. It's not about AI versus humans. It's AI and humans working together to achieve something better.
Exactly. And this collaborative approach, it's especially important in education, which Kevin Brake also looked at in detail.
Okay, so how did he see AI changing how we learn and teach?
Well, like we mentioned earlier, he saw a huge opportunity for AI to personalize learning experiences. He was thinking about AI-powered platforms that could adapt to each student's, learning style, their pace, their interests, really make education customized.
That sounds awesome, but how would that work practically?
Think about those big online learning platforms, Skillsoft, LinkedIn Learning. They have thousands of courses, right?
Yeah, tons.
But how do you even know where to begin? How do you find the courses that are actually right for you? That's where AI comes in.
It's like having an AI guidance counselor who can help you navigate all that and build your own learning plan.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just suggesting courses. Kevin Brake was talking about AI systems that can track your progress, see where you might be struggling, even adjust the difficulty of the material to keep you challenged.
It's like having a tutor who knows you inside and out and is always adapting to your needs.
Right. And Kevin Brake also saw a role for AI in assessment. Imagine AI systems that can look at your work and give you feedback that's actually helpful.
Yeah.
Helps you understand your strengths and weaknesses.
Wow, that's a lot different from those standardized tests we're all used to.
Yeah, it is. It seems like he was really thinking about how to use AI to make learning and teaching better for everyone.
He was. And, it's really impressive how consistent he was in this vision of human-centered AI. Whether it's work or the classroom, it's all about using AI to empower people.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that we have a role to play in shaping how AI develops.
We do.
And to make sure it's used for good to create a future where AI and humans, we thrive together.
It's not AI versus humans, it's AI and humans.
That's it.
Exactly. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Kevin Brake's AI research. We've talked about AI's potential IQ, those crazy large language models, and even the idea of AI, like thinking for itself. But now I want to get into this idea that AI could actually help us, understand ourselves better. How can a machine shed light on the human mind?
It might seem kind of counterintuitive, but the more these AI systems evolve, the more potential they have to help us unpack some of the biggest mysteries about, human consciousness, our behavior, even the nature of intelligence itself.
Okay, but how would that even work? It's like AI giving us a personality test or something.
It's way deeper than that. Think about it. AI is getting really good at analyzing huge amounts of data, seeing patterns, making connections that would take us, I don't know, years, maybe lifetimes, to figure out.
Like with those vector databases. It's
Yeah.
like AI is this super detective sifting through all the clues.
Exactly. Now imagine taking that power and applying it to data about, human behavior, brain activity, social interactions. The possibilities are kind of mind-blowing.
Okay, so instead of just using AI to build smarter machines, we could use it to understand the most complex machine we know, the human brain.
Exactly. And researchers are already doing some cool stuff with this. They're using AI to analyze brain scans, study how we process language, how we feel emotions, even trying to understand consciousness itself.
That's incredible. It's like using a mirror to look back at ourselves, but the mirror is an AI that can see things we can't.
It's a great way to put it. And the exciting part is, this is just the beginning. Who knows what we'll discover as AI keeps evolving?
This is definitely making me rethink what AI is all about. It's not just about automation or efficiency. It's like a tool for self-discovery.
Yeah, it's about pushing the limits of knowledge, exploring these big questions about what it means to be human. And AI can help us on that journey.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about AI evolving in crazy speed, the idea of it thinking for itself, what it means for work and education, even the possibility of using it to understand, well, us better. This has been a wild ride.
It really has.
It's a testament to Kevin Brake's vision. He didn't just predict the tech stuff. He was wrestling with these really deep questions about what AI means for humanity.
And that human-centered approach he always talked about, it seems more important than ever as AI gets more powerful and more, woven into our lives.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we have a say in how this all plays out.
We do, yeah.
And we can make sure it's used for good and create a future where AI and humans, thrive together.
AI and humans, not AI versus humans.
Exactly.
It's about recognizing that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used in all kinds of ways. It's on us to use it wisely.
And that is a great point. And, it's something we all need to be thinking about as we move forward with AI. So to everyone listening, stay informed, stay curious, and don't be afraid to ask the tough questions about AI. The future is, well, it's not set in stone. It's something we're all creating together.
That's a great message.
And that, my friends, is what the deep dive is all about. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey into AI, don't forget to like and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you.